There's a kind of peace that can be found underwater. Quiet, serene. It's where 73-year-old Dr. Vivian Carrington still finds her peace. The fact that Carrington can swim at all is a novelty within itself, considering when she learned, during one of the most unpeaceful times in American history. Segregation reigned supreme. Blacks and whites did not share schools, they didn't share water fountains, and they certainly did not share swimming facilities.
No pools were available to us. They existed, but we weren't allowed to go there.
Instead, black children fought the Florida sun in the 1940s in the dark waters of Lake Man.
Dirty water, dangerous.
It was in these alligator-infested waters that a man named Wolf Kahn taught his first group of black youth to swim.
I said, what is this guy doing in our neighborhood? He's got some nerve.
A white man teaching black children to swim? Highly unlikely for the time. But swimming for Kahn was his passion, when he learned across a different pond.
When he grew up as a youngster in Germany, he used to swim in a relatively fast-moving river.
Kahn's youngest son says swimming is where his father also found peace, as a Jew in another unpeaceful time, Europe, the Holocaust, when about 6 million Jews were killed in a systematic race war.
He related stories of armed individuals stepping into the home and just starting to search and destroy items that they considered precious.
So imagine what Kahn must have thought when he arrived in Orlando and found blacks dying not just by the hands of others, but by drowning because they couldn't swim.
My father was what you would call a rebel rouser.
The certified swim instructor would go on to start a swim team at the all-black Jones High School, fight to get blacks in all-white swim competitions, and teach hundreds to swim, including a young Vivian Carrington.
I said, when I was 13 years old, I met Wolf and he taught me how to swim. I said, from that time up until, the latter years, he was always a gentleman.
But not everyone was a fan.
There was a considerable backlash.
Cross burnings in Kahn's front yard, threats on his life, and parades of the Ku Klux Klan in front of his home. But Kahn, the so-called rebel rouser, never backed down. Passing down from what your father did. Apparently, social work runs in the blood, as evidence of these service plaques from Kahn's youngest son lining the walls of his dentistry practice. Even Kahn's grandson was honored at Florida State for his work to help the disabled. And then there is Vivian Carrington, one of Kahn's lifelong best friends, still using the same swim techniques she learned all those years ago.
And when I did learn, I had a passion for it, just like he did.
She went on to become a lifeguard and teach a slew of other children to swim, just like her mentor, just like her friend.
He was just like my father. I miss him. How I miss him.
In Orlando, Kelly Cook, News 13.